Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's a Monday morning special. All right, folks. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Using My Husband's Car to Get to Work After He Tricked Me into Going to His Family's Barbecue Party? And there are some content warnings on this one. It involves kidnapping, manipulation. I'm a 33-year-old female, and I'm a nurse, and I have a very busy schedule. It's been absolutely crazy the past couple of years. My husband, a 36-year-old male, works in an office job, and because he's a family-oriented type of guy, he's always hanging out with his family. His family live on a ranch in the middle of literally nowhere. It's a hassle to go there, and due to my work's nature, I don't go most of their functions. I do, however, make sure to attend the big ones. Last week, his family wanted to host a barbecue party. He wanted me to go with him so badly since all of his brothers were bringing their wives, and since they mocked him for coming alone in the past. I said sorry, but I had a shift to cover. He begged and suggested that I swap shifts with other nurses who are my friends, and even called them all to beg them to cover for me. I grew irritated and I told him to stop. He sulked for the whole day and then dropped it. Well, in the morning and hours before my shift, I discovered that my car's tires were out of air. Surprise, surprise! My husband offered to drive me to the hospital at 4 p.m. and I agreed. I got ready and we got in the car, but instead of taking me to the hospital, he drove me straight to his family's ranch. I was dumbfounded and angry, and he said that he tricked me into attending this barbecue and that I just had to get over it and sit this shift out. I was so mad, I didn't know what to say. We got to the ranch, and I sat outside fuming. I waited, and I saw that I still had time to make it to the hospital if I figured out a way to get there. I watched my husband go inside and leave his keychain next to me, right where he was sitting. I took it and I rushed back to where all the cars were parked. I got into the car and I drove off. His dad saw me and told him. He started calling my phone relentlessly until I turned it off. I got to the hospital in time, but I didn't dare turn my phone back on until it was well past 8 p.m. I opened it and I saw tons of angry messages from him berating me and calling me horrible and a manipulator. I got on the phone with him and he yelled about how awful the stunt was that I pulled and bailing on the party and making him look bad in front of his family. He then calmed down and said that he now knows that work is more important to me and that he won't ever trust me after this, and basically stole his car and ran away with it. I've been on a terrible terms with him since. The family are also mad with me, but I haven't spoken to them yet, and I haven't clarified anything. Am I the jerk for what I did? I was desperate and worried that missing my shift might cost me my job. All right, folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. If someone kidnaps you, you are well within your right to take their vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, OP gets kidnapped, and he's like, hey, you made me look bad. It's like, the kidnapping did that on its own. You do know that, right? Like, he could have taken any number of avenues here. He could have sat down with her and been like, hey, I feel like you're neglecting my needs here. We should probably seek couples counseling, and maybe then they could have worked out their issues. But he chose instead to manipulate her and to kidnap her. It's like, that is not what a good partner does. And I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous that he thought that this was acceptable. You didn't make him look bad, OP. He made himself look bad by kidnapping you. Plain and simple. And then also not using like words to resolve problems. Maybe. It also sounds like he's really nosy and involved in her business a lot, and the fact that he was like trying to contact her friends in order
Mm-hmm.
to like get her out of the shift. Maybe if this had been planned in like advance and he was like, "Hey, in 3 months we're going to be doing this giant barbecue party. Can you please make some time out of your schedule to go to it? It would mean a lot to me." OP might have actually done it. But it sounds like they have these kind of barbecues all the time, and that she just can't attend every single one. And that's certainly understandable if you have a really busy schedule. Like, what's more important, saving lives or a barbecue, right? And I mean, I think most people are going to say the barbecue, but I mean, no, I'm just kidding. But apparently, barbecues are more important than saving lives, according to Opie's husband. So I don't know. I think that OP, you're perfectly in the clear here. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think that he really just went way out of bounds, violated your trust, and this is basically classic Darvo right here. Like he's flipping the script on you, being like, "Oh no, no, no! You're the manipulative one. I know I let the air out of your tires and I plotted kidnapping you, but you're the manipulator."
By escaping your kidnapping,
Yeah.
you manipulated me.
Yeah. So, such manipulation. So, no, OP, I don't think you're a jerk. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. You do know that he was the one who messed with your tires, right? When I read the air was out of the tires, I was like, sure it was. Not the jerk. Wonder where he'll take you next without your permission. Kidnap for drama. And this is actually another thing that I wanted to bring up is OP needs to like get out of this situation as soon as possible and find a different place to live or make sure that he's kicked out of the house for good or something like that because this is just not good at all. File a police report, something. You do not need him kidnapping you again. He did it once. Who's to say he won't do it again? Not the jerk. I'm sorry. He called you manipulative? The person that lied to your face to get you to do what he wanted you to do? On top of this, he prioritizes his leisure time over your career. Don't you dare apologize to him. Feel free to leave him. Edited ad, I'm assuming that it was him who let the air out of your tires too. You need to get away from this guy. Feel free to leave him. Just don't let him drive you to the lawyer's office. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this Monday morning special. I hope you're all having a good long weekend. If you have a long weekend, I know not everyone does. I hope you also have a nice, tasty beverage of choice. I have coffee. Amber has something that begins with W and ends with R. Yeah, I could have just said water, but we need to draw this out as long as possible.
Wallet?
Wall
Waffle?
waffles. Those don't end with R's.
In SpongeBob,
Oh,
the sea critters.
I
They
see.
drink.
I see. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.